Well, good morning, Toy. All right, Harry. Yes, I'm fit again now. Well, near enough, anyhow. I hope everybody's all right and well, staying safe. I mean, it was a nice weekend, really, but it's a bit wet and cold today. But there we are. Never mind. Just stay safe. Everything's going to be all right. Anyway, I forgot a few birthdays. I forgot. It was my dear friend Esther Jones's birthday there from both Low and niece Esther, and that was on Saturday. And Louisa, that's my niece, Louisa Burley, was hers on Sunday. Sean Cook, it was his birthday Sunday. Shirley Bassett um, was her birthday today, and Roger Warren, their birthdays today. So happy birthday to all of you. So just well, enjoy your days, and don't forget we've got Salvation Army on Thursday, 10 till 12, and next Saturday mine clocks go forward 1 hour, so forward. Anyway, I'm going to do a little story here today, and this one's called, what's it called? Druth Fair. Come as in, Mrs. James, and sit down. I got some heaps to tell 'ee since I last seen 'ee. You know we went Druth Fair. Well, poke up the fire and I'll tell you all about 'un. Now everybody was talking about the fair. Some said London won in it. Others said 'twas that handsome you'd never want come home again. Richard Henry been driving us fetty maze about going, so father said, "Come us on, mother, put us on your new bonnet and let's go on fair." "All right," I said. "When the maybe are to lay an egg, I'll get breakfast for Richard Henry. She's been cacking a brave long time. Eggs is good for growing boys. One long for in come Richard Henry carrying egg. Putting in the kettle, I told him. Make a stay or we shan't see no fair. In went the egg. "Now," says I, looking upon the clock, "'tis exactly 9 o'clock. Heather, you'll have guessed 5 minutes, 'cause Richard Henry been and broke off the big hand." That clock reminds me of a place I used to go up Sundays, where a man with one arm was the only one allowed to take up the collection, said father. "Oh, 'tis time to take out the egg, and mind thus 90 dozen scatting, father. Scatting, does they to say, boy, and been and brought in the clone one. No wonder people to say to turn after his feather. "I'll help you hitch up the donkey," said Richard Henry. "No, you won't," I said. "Who's going to hitch me up? You know I can't get on my stays." I saw a man want to work up bow with me, looking some wished he was. "What's the matter?" said I. "Aren't he well?" "No, I aren't," he replied, and to cheer him up bit like, I asked how his donkey was. "Oh, dead he is." "Dead? How long? How long he been dead?" "I can't tell exactly, but if he'd lived till next Friday, he'd been dead 3 weeks." "Come on, no time for coosing. I'll sit up the front with father and Richard Henry get up behind." "Are you all ready?" asked father. Give self starter a whack with the stick. Down went his head and up went his hind legs, and over we all went. "I won't go," I said. "I know I've busted something." "Tight fit. We shall be able to go. He's mazed about something." "Better fit yours between the shafts," I told father. Well, we got up again, and wasn't long before we got up with Druth. Father led the donkey all the way. I was up on the shay, and father and Richard Henry runned along behind him. "Oh, he's a good donkey," said father, "but you got leave know who's the boss." "Let's go on up Moore's Field," cried Richard Henry. "I can't wait." So we tied up self starter to a lamp post, and soon got shoved along with the crowd. There was hundreds of people stinking round everywhere. What with the bells ringing, organs playing, and smoke coming from the engines, father said his head was buzzing. "Now where's Richard Henry?" says I. "We've been and lost our boy." "Oh, here he is, over here." Sure enough, there he was, over by a get fat man at a stall with hundreds of little goldfish, one in each bowl. "Look," said Richard Henry, "they're the smallest red herons I've ever seen." "Don't be so silly, they aren't red herons. Look, more like small pilchards to me." After a good look round we went up Fair Meadow. People was shoving here and shoving there. Father says 'twas a good place to learn to swim, 'cause you was never standing upon your own feet. We got up Fair Meadow, and 'twas some handsome. There was a man standing up in the front of a show with a row of nearly naked girls. Dancing they was. "Let's go on in and see the show." "I don't care what it costs," said father. "Well, no, you won't," I replied. "I know how men are all like. Come us on and have some and eat. I'm chagging for a cup of tea." "Oh, there is a nice eating house in Fore Street. Let's go on in there," and in we went. "A nice dinner for three and a good cup of tea," I ordered. "I'll be again in a minute or two," said father. "No, you won't. I dunno you won't go back again look at that show. Sit us down." Upon that, a man with a little white apron comed up with three plates, and 'tis true as I'm sitting here, with one teddy on each plate, a didgy piece of beef and two or three peas. He bowed and asked if we wanted any sweets. Yes, I told him. Put us in a few peppermints if you don't mind to. I tell 'ee, we went in that eating house hungry and comed out starving. What about a ride or two? Which do you fancy? Asked Feather. The swing boats or the hobby horses? Oh, the swing boats for me and Richard Henry. But it was some job to get me in. The showman shoved and shoved. When I got in one side, I tumbled out the other. Well, at last I got in, and the man gave a shove, and down I went through the bottom of the boat. Oh, my dear, I was some bad. Man was in some way too, and got a cup of water for me, and after a while I got round again. Hell, what's the matter, Richard Henry? You're looking as white as a sheet. I'm feeling sick. I ain't going to eat no more limpets. Take me home, take me home. So we caught the next tramcar back Camborne, but father had go in again 'cause he forgot the donkey that was tied to the lamp post. Well, well, said Mrs. James, what a day! I must be going in now, or better stay and have tea with us now. Richard Henry's just come in from school. Have a nice day.